In the hurried pace of life, when the noise of the world drowns out every moment of stillness, there are subtle signals echoing from the depths of your being, a sudden shiver, a tear without reason, or an inexplicable wave of peace. These are not random. They are the whispers of God calling you to pause, listen, and realize He is closer than ever. Your body is a temple where each heartbeat, each sensation can become a hymn guiding you on a profound spiritual journey. Do not rush past. These signs are sacred gifts inviting you to connect with eternal love in the most ordinary moments. In the gentle darkness of the womb, where the first heartbeat sounded like a tiny hymn, your body was woven by an invisible hand, each tendon, each drop of blood bearing the mark of the divine. From that moment, before you opened your eyes to the light or took your first breath, your body was shaped to be a temple, not just of bone and flesh, but a delicate instrument resonating with the presence of God. Now, as the years have passed, as your hair has grayed, and wrinkles tell the story of time, your body still listens, still responds to the call from heaven. And the first sign, the one that begins your spiritual journey, is the shiver, a wave of goosebumps, a gentle tremor, as if God has just touched your soul with His fingertip. The shiver does not come with thunder or radiant glory. It slips quietly into the most ordinary moments, when you sit by a window in an Ohio suburb on an autumn afternoon watching golden leaves fall, or when you stand in a Texas supermarket pushing a cart amid the chatter of prices and the smell of fresh bread. Suddenly, without warning, a cool breeze runs down your spine, your skin prickles, and the hairs on your neck stand like tiny soldiers in reverence. Your heart beats a little faster. Not from fear, but from an invisible presence so close you can feel its breath. This is not your body reacting to cold or a sudden sound. This is the moment heaven leans down, whispering in your ear, "I am here. I see you. I love you." In America, where life's pace rarely slows, such moments are easily overlooked. You might be sitting in a Michigan living room with the TV blaring news about politics or weather bills stacked on the table, and memories of days gone by weighing on your mind. Middle age and beyond bring their own burdens, worries about grown children, health that's no longer what it was, or the fleeting loneliness when the house grows quieter. But even on days when hope feels like a distant friend, God finds a way to reach you. Not through long sermons in church, not through mystical dreams, but through your body, through the sudden shiver, a reminder that you are never forgotten. Think of a Sunday morning in Georgia when you sit in the back pew of a church, your mind wandering through worries. A hymn rises, the choir's voices blending, and then a simple Bible verse is read, a line about God's love. Suddenly, a shiver runs through you from your heels to the crown of your head like a cool breeze over a field of grass. Your eyes sting, not quite crying, but feeling touched, seen. That is the moment God steps into the room, not to judge, but to embrace you, to say that no matter how noisy the world, He still hears your heartbeat. For many middle-aged and older Americans, the shiver is a familiar but often ignored experience. In a culture where everything must be measured, explained, and controlled, it's easy to dismiss this feeling as a biological reaction, a fleeting moment of no importance. But deep within, a part of your soul knows this is more than a bodily response. This is a sacred conversation where your body becomes a harp vibrating to the melody of heaven. Science may talk of the autonomic nervous system, dopamine, or goosebump reflexes, but those with faith know it's the sign of a greater love, a presence no machine can measure. Recall the times you've felt this, perhaps standing at a grave in a Virginia cemetery, quietly honoring a loved one, when a shiver made you look up at the sky. Or driving through Kansas backroads, the radio playing an old hymn, your body reacting before your mind could catch up. These moments are not random. They are invitations, small doors leading you back to your origin, where you were woven in the womb, where you were created to connect with God. For those who've lived past half their journey, the shiver carries special meaning. At this age, you've seen life's peaks and valleys, radiant wedding days, sleepless nights of worry, proud moments watching children grow, and scars from losses. Your body, though, wearied by time, remains a living temple still able to resonate with God's call. The shiver reminds you that your spiritual journey doesn't end at 50, 60, or 70. It's an eternal journey, begun with your first heartbeat in the womb and stretching until you return to the earth. When the shiver comes, don't brush it aside. Don't call it strange or coincidental. Let it pause you even for a second amid life's rush. Place a hand on your chest, take a deep breath, and whisper inwardly, "Lord, I'm listening." You don't need to understand the full meaning of that moment. Just open your heart. Let your body, the sacred instrument crafted from the beginning, guide you closer to God. The shiver is the first sign, the door to a deeper journey where every sensation, every heartbeat is part of an eternal hymn. And as you stand there in a Florida kitchen or a Minnesota park, your skin still tingling from the shiver, you'll realize your body is not just part of this world. It's a bridge to heaven where God continues to whisper love and guide you from the moment you were formed to the day you cross the eternal threshold. The years flow like the Mississippi River, slow but relentless, carrying away youthful dreams, smiles, and scars etched by time on your heart. From the first heartbeat in the gentle darkness of the womb, your body was shaped as a temple resonating with God's whispers through sudden shivers. But now, as you pass life's milestones, long days in a Chicago office, sleepless nights by a Seattle hospital bed, or quiet moments in an empty Arizona home, your body senses a new, deeper sign like an invisible hand gently pressing your chest. It's the pressure in your chest, a heavy sensation, not pain, but a sacred invitation pressing on your soul, yet within it, bringing a strange comfort, for you know God is standing right beside you. This feeling comes like a wave, unannounced, without reason. You might be driving through snow-covered Wisconsin roads, the radio playing an old Christmas tune, when suddenly an invisible weight settles on your chest, slowing your breath as if time has paused. Or in a late afternoon in California washing dishes, as the sunset glimmers through the window, your chest tightens not from anxiety, but as if someone is gently pressing your heart, whispering, "Stop. I need you to listen." This is not physical pain or mental fear. This is God leaning down from heaven, using your chest as a canvas, writing a message only you can read. In middle age and beyond, life in America seems to weigh heavier on your shoulders. Medical bills pile up in an Atlanta mailbox, calls come from grown children with families in Boston, or the clock ticks in a quiet Iowa living room, all forming a symphony of duties and memories. Some days your chest feels squeezed by worries, by unspoken questions. Have I done enough? Do I have time left? But then amid this burden, the pressure in your chest arrives, not to crush you, but to lift you. It presses yes, like an invisible stone, but strangely within that pressure, you feel a deep comfort, an indescribable ease, as if God is embracing you from within, whispering, "You are not alone. I am holding everything." This sensation is not like the anxieties you've known, sleepless nights over work in Denver or a racing heart from bad news. No, this pressure is different. It doesn't panic you, but urges you to sit, place a hand on your chest, and breathe slowly. It's like a door opening in your soul, inviting you into a silent space where the world's noise fades and it's just you and God. In that moment, your chest is not just a place for your heart or breath. It becomes an altar where God lays his hand not to judge but to comfort, reminding you that no matter how tangled life becomes, he is your eternal refuge. Recall a winter night in Pennsylvania, sitting alone in an armchair, firelight dancing on the walls. The world outside is cold, your mind heavy with unfinished things, an apology unspoken, a dream unrealized. Suddenly your chest tightens, as if an invisible hand grips your heart. Your breath slows, and in that pressure, a strange ease rises like cool water in a desert. You close your eyes, and though you say nothing, you know God is there, closer than your breath, saying, "Lay your burdens down. I'm carrying them for you." For Americans at this age, this chest pressure might be mistaken for stress or a health issue. In a society where everything is explained by medicine or logic, you might be tempted to call a doctor or take a pill. But deep in your soul, you know this is more than your body speaking. It's a sacred invitation, a moment when God uses your chest to send a message. Studies may talk of the parasympathetic nervous system or stress hormones, but faith whispers a different story, that this pressure is a sign of eternal love, a presence that never abandons you even in the darkest valleys. This pressing sensation, though initially unsettling, carries a hidden gift. It forces you to pause amid life's rush, amid unanswered emails or unfinished plans. It asks you to listen, not with ears but with heart and soul. And when you do, when you place a hand on your chest, breathe deeply, and sit in silence, you'll feel the miraculous ease, as if God is breathing with you, lifting that invisible stone from your chest. That's when you realize this pressure isn't here to destroy, but to expand your soul, to prepare you for something new, a calling, a strength, or a healing you never knew. When you stand in an Oregon kitchen holding a cold coffee mug or walk through a small New Jersey park, moonlight lighting the path, and that pressure returns, don't fear it. Don't escape it by turning on the TV or scrolling your phone. Let it embrace you. Let the pressure guide you into a sacred space where God waits. Whisper inwardly, "What do you want me to hear?" And you'll see that this pressure is not a burden, but a door leading you from the worries of adulthood to a deeper journey where every heartbeat is a prayer and every breath is a response from heaven. The shiver awakened your body, opening the door to God. But the pressure in your chest, with its strange pressure and deep comfort, invites you to go deeper, to realize that from the moment you were woven in the womb, you were created not just to live, but to connect with Him through every moment, every breath, until you step into eternity. Time, like waves off the Maine coast, has passed quietly, leaving wrinkles on your face and stories etched in your heart. From the first heartbeat in the womb, your body was woven to resonate with God's call, through shivers that awakened your soul, through chest pressure that opened silent doors. But now, as you enter the twilight years, when your hair is white as Colorado snow and each step carries memories of days gone by, your body speaks a new, deeper language. Its tears, wordless drops, flowing from a place deeper than bone, like a small river cleansing your soul. They weigh on your eyelids, making your chest tremble, but in that pressure a miraculous ease rises, for you know God is kneeling beside you, wiping each tear with eternal love. These tears don't come with loud sobs or overwhelming grief. They appear quietly, like drizzle on a Nebraska field, in moments you least expect. You might be sitting on a Tennessee porch watching neighborhood kids play, when a distant memory, a loved one's smile, a childhood hymn makes your eyes sting. Or in a quiet Florida evening, flipping through an old photo album, tears roll down your cheeks, though your lips still smile. These are not tears of sadness or weakness. They are heaven's language, God's way of touching hidden wounds, whispering, "I see you. I understand you. I'm here in this very tear." At this age, having walked through America's highs and lows, joyful Thanksgiving dinners in Minnesota, sleepless nights over finances in New York, or Sunday mornings in an Alabama church, tears become a silent companion. Life, with all its complexity, has taught you to hide emotions, to smile when your heart breaks, to say, "I'm fine," when a storm rages inside. But these sudden tears don't need your permission. They fall, pressing your chest like an invisible weight, making you pause to feel. And in that pressure, a strange ease spreads, as if God is holding you, turning each tear into a wordless prayer, soaring straight to heaven. These tears carry the power of surrender. They're not a sign of failure, but of courage, to reveal what your heart can't say. Recall a moment in Missouri, standing in church at Easter light from stained glass windows on your face. The choir sings "Amazing Grace." And though you didn't plan to cry, tears fall one by one like rain washing away years of regret. Your chest trembles as if your heart is fighting to hold pain, but then a miraculous relief floods you like light through dark clouds. That's God kneeling beside you, collecting each tear in his jar of love, whispering that you don't need to be strong alone. In America, where resilience and independence are prized, tears are often seen as something to hide, especially for those past half a century. You've learned to keep a steady face in Dallas meetings or swallow emotions at bad news in a Boston hospital. But God's tears, these wordless drops, follow no societal rules. They come when you sit alone in an Oregon park watching a shimmering lake and a wave of gratitude surges for days lived, loves cherished, and losses that taught you faith. They come in an Illinois kitchen, the smell of fresh cookies recalling your mother's home, and a tear falls not from sadness, but from the beauty of the moment. In the pressure of those tears, you feel a miraculous ease, as if God is singing you a lullaby, turning pain into a hymn. Tears don't only speak of sorrow, they're also drops of awe, repentance, or love too big to contain. There are moments you feel you've strayed wrong, choices, hurtful words, dreams left behind in Ohio. Then in a quiet moment, praying in a Virginia bedroom, tears fall not from guilt, but because you realize God never left you. The pressure of those tears, like a wave hitting the shore, brings a deep ease, as if he's wiping dust from your soul, saying, "You're still mine. Come back." When tears come, don't wipe them away. Don't hide them behind a smile or averted gaze. Let them flow. Let them press your chest. Let them lead you into a silent space where God waits. Place a hand on your cheek. Feel the warmth of the tears and whisper inwardly, "What do you want me to understand?" You'll see each tear is a door opening a journey of healing, a deeper connection with God. They're proof his message has reached you, that the walls of resilience have crumbled and your soul is ready to receive eternal love. The shiver awakened you. The chest pressure invited you to listen. But tears, with their gentle pressure and miraculous comfort, are how God cleanses your soul, preparing you for the final years, from the moment you were woven in the womb through adulthood's burdens to the day you stand at eternity's threshold, your heart full of loving tears. Time, like winds sweeping across Oklahoma plains, has carried you through life's seasons, from the first heartbeat in the womb through adulthood's burdens to the quiet tears of old age. The shiver awakened you, the chest pressure invited you to listen, and tears healed you. But now, as the light of your final years flickers like a candle in a small Vermont room when your body is weary and your hands tremble with time, a new sign rises, pressing but vibrant. It's the raising of hands, a sudden, unbidden movement, as if your soul is reaching up, touching heaven. The pressure of those frail arms, heavy with years, brings a miraculous ease, for you know God is grasping your hands, drawing you closer than ever. Raising hands isn't a planned act, not a church ritual or Sunday habit. It comes like a wave from within, making your hands calloused from Detroit factory work or fragile from age in a Miami hospital rise on their own, like trees stretching towards sunlight. You might be in a Louisiana backyard garden, the scent of magnolias in the air, when an old hymn plays on the radio, and suddenly your trembling hands lift not by command but by an invisible force. Or in a Georgia living room reading a Bible verse about mercy, your hands, guided by the Holy Spirit, open and rise like a child seeking a parent's embrace. The pressure, as tired arms defy time's gravity, blends with a deep ease, as if God is touching each finger, whispering, "You are mine. I'm lifting you up." At this age, as middle-aged and older Americans reflect on their journey, endless workdays in Seattle, family gatherings in Texas, or standing silently by a Pennsylvania grave, the body isn't as strong. Hands that once lifted children, built homes, or wrote dreams may now shake when holding a coffee cup or opening a window. But in that weakness, God speaks to you. Raising hands, even a small gesture, is a wordless prayer, an act of surrender and worship. It presses your body, demanding strength from weary muscles. But as your hands rise, a strange relief floods you, as if heaven is pulling you beyond the limits of flesh and bone. Recall an early Montana morning, sitting in an armchair, dawn glowing through the window, when a memory, a kept promise, an enduring love stirs your heart. Without thinking, your hands rise, trembling but resolute, as if offering your life to God. Your chest tightens as if your heart is wrestling with pain, but then a miraculous relief washes over like light through the night. That's God grasping your hands, guiding you through your final years, saying, "You don't need to be strong. Just open your heart, and I'll carry you home." In American culture, where independence and control are valued, raising hands might feel awkward, especially when you're used to keeping things in check, from Chicago finances to Boston health. You might worry others will find you strange or question if you're spiritual enough. But God doesn't measure your perfection. He sees the sincerity in each gesture. When your hands rise in an Oregon kitchen or a quiet Virginia park, they become wings soaring past earthly limits, carrying your prayers to heaven's throne. The pressure of the act, time's weight fatigue, melts in the deep comfort as you realize God is responding, touching you through your own hands. Raising hands isn't just for joy or worship. Sometimes it comes in pain when you kneel in a Minnesota bedroom, tears falling for an unspeakable loss. Your hands rise trembling heavy as if offering that pain to God. The pressure of that moment as your body struggles to reach up brings a strange ease, like light through darkness, as you feel God embracing your sorrow, turning it into a song of hope. Sometimes your hands grow warm, like a small flame in your palms, or a gentle electric pulse runs through, as if the Holy Spirit is preparing you for healing, perhaps for yourself or someone in need. When your hands rise, don't hold them back. Don't let fear of judgment or doubt stop you. Let the pressure, the weight of time, of a weakening body guide you into a sacred space where God waits. Trust those hands trembling or calloused and whisper inwardly, "What do you want me to offer?" You'll see each movement is a prayer, each finger reaching up a thread to heaven. The miraculous ease, like a cool breeze from God, will embrace you, reminding you that from the womb you were created to worship, to connect with Him through every raised hand until you cross eternity's threshold. The shiver awakened you, the chest pressure invited you to listen, tears healed you. But raising hands, with its gentle pressure and deep comfort, is how God invites you to offer your life from your first years to your final moments, to become part of an eternal hymn resounding forever in His heart. Time, like grains of sand slipping through your fingers on a Carolina beach, has led you through every season of life, from the first heartbeat in your mother's womb, through the burdens of adulthood, to the quiet tears of old age. The shiver awakened you, the chest pressure invited you to listen, tears healed you, and raised hands offered you. But now, as your life's light glimmers like an oil lamp in a Wyoming night, when each breath is precious and your body stands at eternity's threshold, a final profound sign rises. It's stillness, an absolute peace pressing on your soul like a heavy blanket, making all worries vanish. In that pressure, a miraculous ease spreads, as if God is cradling you in His arms, whispering, "Rest now, I've got you." This stillness is not the absence of sound, not the emptiness of a quiet room. It's an invisible force, a sacred presence enveloping you like moonlight on a Michigan lake, making the world's noise, from New York's blaring news to California's health worries, dissolve in an instant. You might be sitting on a wooden bench in a small Kentucky park watching late autumn leaves fall, when suddenly your chest grows quiet. Your breath slows and a gentle weight presses your soul as if time has stopped. Or in a Texas hospital amid machines and dim lights, you feel an unexpected, inexplicable peace, like a river flowing silently through a desert. That pressure, like an invisible blanket, makes you want to close your eyes, not from fatigue, but because you know God is there, closer than your heartbeat, saying, "All is well. I'm here." In your final years, middle-aged and older Americans often face invisible storms. Unpaid bills in Florida, calls from grandchildren in Seattle, or fleeting loneliness in an empty Ohio home all form a chorus of cares, sometimes making your soul want to collapse. Some nights, lying in a Wisconsin bed, listening to the clock tick, you wonder if you've lived, fully loved enough, forgiven enough. But then, amid those storms, stillness arrives, unannounced, pressing on you like a supernatural force. It slows your heart, makes every question fade, and in its place, a strange ease rises like light shimmering on water as you realize God is holding you, turning every fear into an eternal promise. This stillness cannot be created by your own strength. In American culture, where everything revolves around action, working in Chicago, planning in Boston, or fixing life in Atlanta, you're used to seeking peace through effort, success, or measurable things. But God's peace, this sacred stillness, doesn't come from this world. It comes when you sit in a small Alabama church, light from stained glass windows on your face, and an old hymn makes your heart pause, not from pain, but from a deep peace, as if God is sitting beside you, His hand on your shoulder. The pressure of that moment, as worries sink beneath a wave of stillness, carries a miraculous ease, like warmth from a fireplace in winter, reminding you that you don't need to fix everything, just trust Him. Recall an afternoon in Idaho, standing by a window watching rain patter on a field. The world outside seems chaotic, news of the economy, fading health, or memories of lost days. But then a sudden stillness envelops you, pressing your chest like a heavy blanket, making you want to close your eyes and breathe deeply. Your breath blends with God's presence, and in that moment, all fear vanishes like fog before the sun. That strange ease, like a lullaby from heaven, shows you that this peace isn't a reward for a perfect life, but a gift from a love that never leaves you. This stillness, though pressing, is not a sign of surrender or passivity. It's strength, power, a declaration that you are unshaken no matter how fierce the storm. In a Virginia hospital, as machines hum like a heartbeat of worry, you might feel it, a supernatural peace pressing your soul, making you smile through pain because you know God is there singing through each breath. Or in a Minnesota kitchen, closing the Bible after a night of prayer, that stillness comes like a cool breeze, bringing a deep ease, as if God is saying, "You don't need to fight anymore. I've won for you." When this stillness comes, don't resist it. Don't try to fill it with the TV or new worries. Let its pressure embrace you. Let that blanket of peace cover your soul. Place a hand on your chest, feel the slow heartbeat, and whisper inwardly, "What are you saying to me?" You'll see that this stillness is a door leading you from your final years to eternity's threshold, where all questions fade and only God's love surrounds you. It's proof that from the moment you were woven in the womb, you were created to find Him, not just in thunder or tears, but in the sacred stillness where He becomes your breath. The shiver awakened you. The chest pressure invited you. Tears healed you, raised hands offered you. But stillness, with its gentle pressure and miraculous comfort, is how God prepares you for the final moment when your body returns to the earth, but your soul, wrapped in eternal peace, soars, joining heaven's unending hymn. Time, like waves crashing on Oregon's rocky shores, has guided you through every chapter of life, from the first heartbeat in the womb's gentle darkness, through years of burdens, tears, and the sacred fire of old age. The shiver awakened you. The chest pressure invited you, tears healed you, raised hands offered you, and stillness embraced you in peace. But now, as your body stands on the fragile line between earth and sky, when each breath is a thread tying you to eternity, a new sign blazes fierce and alive. It's heat and electricity, a small flame burning in your palms, a current vibrating through your bones, pressing your body with supernatural power. In that pressure, a miraculous ease spreads, as if God is touching you, pouring life from heaven, making you feel Him not just in your soul, but in every vein, every muscle. This heat and electricity don't come gently or dreamlike. They erupt like lightning slicing a Kansas night sky, making your body tremble not from pain, but from a sacred energy flowing through. You might be sitting in a small Missouri living room, light from a table lamp on your trembling hands, when suddenly your palms burn as if someone placed a glowing ember there. Your fingers tingle like tiny sparks dancing, and a gentle current runs from wrist to shoulder, tightening your chest, catching your breath. Or in an Arkansas church, kneeling in prayer, words, rising, a sudden vibration, explodes in your body like a river of fire through your bones, making you want to clench your fists to hold the power. The pressure of this sensation, like a storm of energy, brings a strange ease, as if God is kissing your palms, whispering, "I'm healing you. I'm using you." In your final years, when middle-aged and older Americans face the body's frailty, aching joints in Minnesota, weary days in a Texas hospital, or lonely moments in a Florida home, this heat and electricity arrive as a declaration that you're still part of a sacred plan. Your body, though weakened by time, remains a living instrument, a temple resonating with God's presence. Your hands, once lifting children in Ohio, writing love letters in Virginia, or working tirelessly in Chicago, now become an altar where the Holy Spirit's fire burns. The sensation presses, yes, making your heart race, your body vibrate like a harp string under a master's touch. But in that pressure, you feel a miraculous ease, like warm sunlight through fog, as you realize God is making you His conduit for healing, for love, for heaven. Recall an Arizona evening, sitting in an armchair, an open Bible on your lap, a prayer for a loved one rising in your heart. Suddenly, your palms blaze as if touching the sun, and a small current runs through your fingers, startling you, not from fear, but from the moment's power. Your chest tightens as if your heart struggles to hold the sacred fire, but then a strange relief floods you like a cool breeze in a desert. That's God touching you, turning your hands into torches, not just to heal you, but perhaps to reach another, a friend in Georgia, a stranger in a hospital, or your own soul craving new life. In American culture, where everything is explained by science and logic, you might be tempted to dismiss this as a neurological quirk, a random moment of no importance. But deep in your soul, you know this is more than your body speaking. This is the Holy Spirit, heaven's fire flowing through you, making your body vibrate like a harp in God's hands. Studies may talk of blood flow or hormones, but faith whispers a different story, that your hands, though wearied by time, are still God's instruments capable of bringing light to dark places. The heat and electricity are an invitation to be part of healing love and an eternal plan. When this sensation comes, don't clench your fists. Don't try to suppress the fire or current with reason. Let its pressure, the weight of sacred energy, the vibration of your body guide you into a holy space where God waits. Open your palms, feel the heat spread, feel the current flow, and whisper inwardly, "What do you want me to carry?" You'll see each vibration is a prayer, each flame, a door leading you from your final years to eternity's threshold, where your frail body remains God's temple. The miraculous ease, like a kiss from heaven, will embrace you, reminding you that from the womb you were created to carry light, to connect with Him through every spark, every vibration, until you merge into eternity. The shiver awakened you, the chest pressure invited you, tears healed you, raised hands offered you stillness, embraced you. But the burning heat and electric pulse, with their fierce pressure and deep comfort, are how God makes you His torch, from your first heartbeat to the moment you cross heaven's threshold, carrying the endless light of His love. Time, like birds soaring across an Indiana sky, has carried you through every stage of life, from the first heartbeat in the womb, through shivers, tears, and the sacred fire of old age. Each sign, from chest pressure, raised hands, to gentle stillness, has drawn you closer to God like notes in an eternal hymn. Now, as your body stands at the final threshold, when each breath is a fragile thread tying you to earth and sky, a last, gentlest sign rises. It's the natural response of your body, a delicate symphony of every movement, every sensation, like a soft whisper from God reminding you that you are His masterpiece created to connect with heaven from the first moment to the last. Your body, though wearied by long years, endless workdays in Pittsburgh, nights of prayer in a small Alabama home, or quiet mornings by a Maine window, remains a living temple, an instrument vibrating to God's melody. This natural response needs no fanfare, no grand gestures. It might be a light touch on your heart as you sit in a small Colorado park, late-day sunlight on your face, and a cool breeze makes you smile as if God is caressing you. Or in a Tennessee church, closing your eyes, feeling your slow heartbeat, your body leaning forward as if bowing before heaven's throne. These responses, gentle as a butterfly on a flower, are God's way of saying, "You are mine from beginning to end." In your final years, middle-aged and older Americans often feel the body's frailty, trembling hands holding a teacup in Minnesota, slow steps on a Kentucky country road, or shorter breaths in a Wisconsin winter night. But in that weakness, your body still knows how to respond to God as it has since you were woven in the womb. Each small movement, a nod hearing, "How great thou art" on a Georgia radio, a hand touching your cheek, recalling a loved one in Virginia, or a fleeting smile watching grandchildren play in Texas is a wordless prayer, a thread tying you to eternal love. These responses, soft as moonlight on a Michigan lake, are proof you're never alone, that God is still singing through you even as your body prepares to return to the earth. Your body is a masterpiece, not because it's strong or perfect, but because it was created to remember God, to yearn for Him, to love Him in ways beyond words. Recall an early Florida morning, sitting in an armchair, dawn shimmering through the window, and a warm feeling spreads in your chest, not fiery, but gentle like a spring breath. You place a hand on your heart, feeling its slow beat, and your body trembles slightly as if joining an invisible hymn. That's God guiding you, reminding you that from your formation you were part of Him, and now you're returning to Him gently as a leaf falling on a Nebraska field. In American culture, where success and action are often the measure, these small bodily responses are easily overlooked, dismissed as random or insignificant. But faith tells a different story, that every touch, every movement, every heartbeat is a note in God's song. When you stand in an Ohio backyard watching a fiery sunset and your body leans toward the light, it's not just reflex. It's your soul responding to the Creator, singing gratitude in the language of flesh and bone. When you lie in an Illinois hospital bed, breath weak but heart still beating, and a gentle feeling spreads like cool water, that's God holding you, preparing you for the moment you cross eternity's threshold. When these responses come, don't dismiss them. Don't call them strange or coincidental. Let them guide you like gentle waves carrying a boat to shore. Place a hand on your chest, smile at the breeze, or close your eyes in the sunlight and whisper inwardly, "What are you saying to me?" You'll see each movement is a door, each sensation an invitation leading you from your first heartbeat to your final moment when your body returns to the earth, but your soul, wrapped in God's love, soars, joining heaven's unending hymn. These responses, gentle as His breath, are how God reminds you that you are His masterpiece from beginning to end, and He will never leave you. The shiver awakened you. The chest pressure invited you, tears healed you, raised hands offered you stillness, embraced you. The burning heat made you a light. And now the natural response of your body, gentle as moonlight, is the final hymn guiding you from your first moments in the womb to the instant you merge into eternity, where every heartbeat, every breath echoes God's boundless love. Each document has been translated into English while preserving the tone, imagery, and spiritual depth of the original Vietnamese text. Let me know if you need further assistance.